definitely. So why don't you tell me a little bit about what you were going through before you met me?
So I was having really bad anxiety and like panic. Some old traumas that happened years ago were kind of coming up really severe now, and I would just catch myself shaking a lot and sweating, and I wouldn't really know what was triggering it, and I would just think to myself, like, what's happening in my body? Like, I wouldn't consciously feel panicked in that moment or necessarily reliving the moments, but I guess it was, in my body was just so used to kind of, I don't know, that reaction, I guess.
And so that was pretty severe, like it would...
Yeah, it was bad.
Because I remember you calling me and saying, just talking about it, I'm like, can you tell me a little bit about that when we first talked on the phone?
Yeah, so originally, because I started feeling like I've got to do something about this. Like, I can't stand this feeling of being so anxious all the time. And I did start doing therapy where we were doing some EMDR and processing trauma. And I think that's where I started realizing how bad my anxiety was and what the shaking and all that was. Anyways, so I looked into like what my options might be, and I read something about a stellate ganglion block that helps like PTSD for people, and it sounded like, it worked really well, but it was an injection like in the like in your neck, basically by your spine, which sounded a little bit scary, but I was at the point where I was willing to do something like that. But then I remembered I had seen your Instagram and some of your videos, and the little bit that I knew about the light touch therapy sounded like, well, maybe that might be an option. Let me reach out to Dr. Ben and see if he's ever heard of that block, or if what he does might potentially work the same way, because I know what you do and what that does is like resetting the nervous system. So I thought, let me take a chance. And then luckily you said that you might be able to help, so that's been good.
So sure, so what have you noticed while working with me after you come in here for sessions? Like what has changed, what is different?
Well, I do notice now not so much, but at the beginning when I would come in, I would be talking really fast. I'm sure you are aware, can attest to that. And after the session, I would just feel a lot more relaxed, and like I could have a normal conversation and not be like having my words a mile a minute. And then going home, because sleeping had been an issue as well. So when I would leave here from a session, like that night and the next few nights, I would notice like sleeping was a lot easier. Not perfect at the beginning, but now as I've had a few sessions, it's just gotten better and better, and to the point that I don't really think about it. I just feel like normal now, kind of. And then when I think back, I'm like, oh yeah, this is actually a big change for me. And then when things do come up now, I still have anxiety, but I feel like it's not taking over like it was. Like, I'm not shaking like I was, and I haven't been sweating like I was. Like, I thought I might have like a sweating disorder at one point, but like, no, it was just anxiety. So yeah, I'm not sure like how many sessions it's been, but it hasn't been that many, like maybe like 5 or something. And I feel like so much just more calm and relaxed. And when stuff does come up, I feel like I handle it better.
Cool. Anything else you want to add, or anything else you've noticed?
I think, well, aside from the anxiety, like I've noticed, and maybe this is tied into it, but I've been wanting to like be more social and more active. And since coming here, like I've joined the gym and like things that I wasn't even thinking about, before. So I kind of do feel like it's all tied in, because I think my anxiety was holding me back in a lot of ways. And now I see a bunch of areas of my life where I'm doing better. And so I don't know, I can't see how it wouldn't be connected. But so it's been good. Like, I'm excited.
All right, awesome. Well, it's been fantastic working with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.